Hi, this is Casey Bolin with Viking and Dragons.
This is Eric Salmon, also with Viking and Dragons.
And we already played the first 15 minutes or so of our first session, but for some reason it stopped recording. So we're gonna play that part in really fast forward mode again. And then, after that, it'll be genuine Dungeons & Dragons.
Our reactions, look, we're professionals here. Our reactions will be genuine throughout.
So, Eric, why don't you tell us about your character?
I'm playing this one pretty close to the chest, Casey.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, this character's name is TJ, I'll tell you that much.
TJ, last name to be revealed at a later date when it is comedically advantageous for me. My background is criminal. Just know that.
Right, you don't know your class or anything?
Oh yeah, I'm a human. And I'm a warlock.
Okay.
And I have dark secrets.
Okay. Well, TJ, the human warlock, you've...
Stands for Thomas Jefferson.
That's not what it stands for.
You're right. Alright, well, that's not what it stands for. It'll be revealed at a later date when it is comedically advantageous.
Okay. TJ, the human warlock. You find yourself on a road, traveling through the wilderness. You're on your way to a city called Rit, where you have been awarded the opportunity to potentially win a contract to become a licensed adventurer, which is somewhat rare in this region.
What's the competition look like? Do I know anything about that competition?
You don't know anything about it other than that just getting entry to it is difficult. The invitation that you received was from a private individual, a wealthy noble named Salazar Sanzir.
And he likes the cut of my jib.
And he was filtering through applications of some sort, and yours is one of the ones he pulled.
I sprayed perfume on it, so that's probably
what
got him.
Yeah.
Nice. TJ strikes again.
Well, you're on the road in the wilderness, on the way to this city, and you crest over a hill, and beneath you, you see some old ruins with several dozen humanoid figures scrambling about them.
Well, I would like to approach these scrambling humanoid figures.
Okay, you're about 200 meters away at this point. As you get closer...
perception check?
Give me a perception check.
17.
17. Yeah, you can very easily tell that these are dwarves scrambling around. Many of them are bringing supply crates into the ruins. Some of them are hanging drapery on the exterior of the ruins. You can see two dwarves in particular by the entrance, one holding up a ladder and the other one climbing a ladder with a large bolt of cloth draped over his shoulder.
Okay. I'd like to approach those two dwarves.
Okay, how do you approach them, Eric?
Confidently.
Okay.
And I say, well met, friend.
As you do that, the dwarf holding the ladder is somewhat startled. He seems completely unaware of his surroundings, and he turns around reaching for his weapon. When he does this, the ladder that he was holding begins to slide over sideways, and the dwarf that had just reached the top loses his footing.
Well, I'm going to make a reflex check and try and catch the ladder.
Dexterity check.
That's right, yeah. Dexterity. 14.
That's enough to catch the ladder, but unfortunately, the guy at the top already lost his footing.
Oh, no.
So the ladder is sitting at about a 45-degree angle, and the dwarf up top is dangling. He's dropped the bolt of cloth, and he's kicking his feet and yelling obscenities in Dwarven.
All right, well, I'll return the ladder to him.
Okay. Yeah, he gets his footing, and he's still not quite sure what's going on, but the other dwarf, at this point, realizes that you're not a threat and addresses you, and he says, well met. My name's Jared. What brings you out this far?
Well, Jared, I'm kind of on personal business, but I was drawn to these ruins by this flurry of activity. What's going on?
Oh, we're beginning to celebrate the Dwarven holiday of Yuleblot.
Yuleblot? That sounds like a lot of fun. What's Yuleblot?
It's only the most important Dwarven holiday.
Alright.
If you'd like, you can celebrate. All are welcome to celebrate Yuleblot.
Yeah, sure. Take me on a tour. Tell me what Yuleblot's all about.
Okay, yeah, sure. He just gestures inwards towards the ruins and beckons you to follow him as he begins to walk.
Yeah.
And as you guys are walking away, you hear the ladder fall behind you again and the other dwarf cursing and screaming again. Jared doesn't seem concerned. He just keeps walking.
I don't seem concerned either.
Okay. And he leads you up to these bleachers that are kind of still being constructed. But the largest dwarf you've ever seen is perched in the middle of them. He's so large, in fact, that the central bleacher that he's sitting on is like bowing under his weight.
Is he large as in like big and tall or?
Curvy.
Curvy.
He's rotund.
Ah.
He's a rounded individual.
All right.
A well-rounded individual. And he seems to be giving orders to the people setting up inside these ruins. And as you approach, Jared says, Father, we have a visitor for Yuleblot. He wishes to join in the festivities. And the large dwarf turns and beholds you and rocks back and forth a couple of times to sway his weight into being able to stand up off the bleachers, and waddles towards you and holds out a big hand and says, Hello there, my name's Yerad Longbelt. I call myself Longbelt because I need a really big belt.
Well met, friend. The name's TJ.
What brings you to the Yuleblot festivities?
Well, I was just walking past on the road. I'm on my way to Rit for a little bit of family business, and I couldn't help but notice the flurry of activity. I had to come see what was going on.
Well, you're welcome to partake in any and all of the festivities that we have here at Yuleblot. Did Jared explain to you what Yuleblot is? I'm assuming as a human you wouldn't know.
A little bit, but no, there's... What kind of festivities are you talking about?
Well, the most important Dwarven festivity, which is the drinking of ale. Contests of strength, physical prowess, mental prowess.
Alright, this sounds like a good time.
No, it definitely is.
Where can I get myself some ale? Start on these Dwarven festivities.
He reaches behind himself and from some unforeseen pocket pulls out like a closed canteen and just hands it to you. You can hear fluid sloshing around inside of it. Yeah, just like that.
Alright.
A little less plasticky though.
Well, I'm going to open it up and see what's inside.
As you take a swig, it is some of the strongest Dwarven ale you've ever tasted.
Ooh.
I'm going to have you give me a constitution check. See if you can hold that stuff in your mouth even.
Alright. Let's see what we got.
Pretty bitter for your weak human tongue.
+2.
So that's a 20.
Ooh, a 20.
So it's not a flavor you're accustomed to, but you managed to drink it without much problem.
Alright, cool. Is he visibly impressed that I can...
Yeah, you can tell, actually, he's more disappointed, because you can tell he probably likes giving it to other people and then watching him spit it out. But then, and then a smile, spreads over his face, all right, this guy's cool.
Good.
And he says, yeah, feel free to roam the camp, just don't do anything that you shouldn't do, and there'll be no problems. So...
What shouldn't I do?
Just the basic moral tenets of most modern civilization.
Alright. Okay. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't any, Yuleblot faux pas that I was going to accidentally find myself
never
in.
stop drinking.
Okay. Well, good. I got this canteen, so that's a good start.
I'm going to need that back tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. No, you got it. I'll probably finish it here soon.
Okay, yeah. So you're wandering around the camp, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Jared goes back to help his buddy on the ladder. And as you're wandering around, you see booths being erected, wooden towers being erected, Mongolian-style yurts of various colors being set up. The smells of food and dwarven...
Ooh, what kind of food?
brewing.
I'm hungry.
You can smell pork being cooked.
Okay.
And are you following your nose?
I'm following my nose.
Okay. It brings you over to a section of the camp where you can see there's some freshly turned dirt and some smoke kind of coming out of the earth there.
Oh, okay.
A couple of dwarves with shovels just kind of tending to this area of the camp.
Is there anything prepared? Anything that I could eat now?
Oh, they have some stuff you can have now. They have candied apples and all sorts of things like that.
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna take a candied apple.
Sure. Yeah, the guy, that's over there points you over to a nearby booth, and there's a dude there waiting, and he says that'll be 1 gold.
All right. Well, I pull out my sack of gold, throw one on the counter, and grab myself a candied apple. Do I add that to my inventory? Or
unless you chow down on it now. I mean, you can stick a candied apple in your bag, but I don't think it'll last.
It'd stick to everything. It'd be horrible. All right. I'm going to munch on it as I sip on my ale to kind of help the ale get out
no problem. Has a peculiar, almost licoricey taste to it, the candy on the outside. It's not something most people would consider savory when eating a candied apple. But you think maybe that dwarves just have heartier taste buds or something.
All right.
But it's not bad.
All right.
It's just not necessarily good. Or neutral.
All right, well, I'm going to continue to walk around.
Sure. Yeah. You walk through a heavily yurted section, and there's a cacophony of smells, like incense. You can hear... music coming out of some of them. You can hear singing coming out of one specifically that you walk nearby, and it sounds like this. Oh, Yuleblot, the most important Dwarven holiday. Yuleblot, drink the night and day away.
So I'm not too familiar with dwarves, but did that sound like a female dwarf or a male dwarf?
Give me an insight check.
Insight. Here we go. 18.
18. You would assume that is a dwarven female.
A dwarven female. All right.
Which might explain the little higher pitch than you would expect.
Yeah. Well, I was just, I was wondering. I don't know much about dwarves.
The flap for the yurt is open right around the corner.
Yeah. Let's peek inside. Let's feast our eyes on this.
So
dwarven goddess. This dwarven Shakira.
As you peek in, you can see a figure facing away from you. There's like a little fire in the middle, and they're holding out like a lyrics sheet in front of them, and they cough a couple times, and then they restart singing the same lyrics. Oh, Yuleblot, and that's exactly what it sounds like.
Okay.
And as your eyes adjust to the darkness inside, the shape of the figure becomes more apparent. And instead of a dwarven female, you are greeted by an adolescent dwarven male with a large hunchback and a peg leg.
Oh. Well met, friend.
And he stops singing mid-sentence. Yuleblot. Oh! And he turns and regards you. And the ugliest creature you have ever seen is now facing you. And he smiles a near toothless grin.
Oh.
And he says, "Welcome. Have you come to hear me sing?"
That's what drew me here initially, was your singing. Yeah. What's up with the...
Well, by all means, Yuleblot. And he just keeps going as long as you don't interrupt him.
Alright, well, then, after the first repetition, I interrupt him.
It's only about a 30-second song.
Yeah, okay. Well, in the first repetition, I interrupt him, and I'm like, "Are you practicing for something?"
Oh, tomorrow's commencement ceremony.
You're the guy. You're the guy they chose.
Every year.
Every year it's you, man. Well, everyone's got to have their shtick.
Yeah.
What happened to your leg?
Oh, it was bitten off.
Ooh, gruesome. By what?
By a cat.
What kind?
It took a very long time.
Oh no. Do you have diabetes and you just didn't notice your legs were numb and he's eating it off? Did you fall asleep in the living room?
I'm not exactly sure how it happened. I was an infant.
Oh, okay. Less leg meat. Alright. Well, that's I'm sorry about your leg.
He walks over to you, you can hear his leg clacking on the hard stone floor underneath the tent, and he reaches out a hand and says, "Not run."
Not run.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Not run. My name's TJ.
Well, I hope to see you at the commencement ceremony tomorrow.
If it's anything like this meeting has been, I will be overjoyed to be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. You have my word.
Oh, and I'll be looking forward to you attending. I'll dedicate the song to you.
Well, you don't know me that well.
Oh, I know a person when I meet them.
Do you? All right. What do you know about me?
You are a good, kind person. And a lover of music, just like me.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I can dig.
What?
Thank you for dedicating the song to me. I'll be overjoyed to hear it. What?
DJ, guest of Yuleblot, coming to the commencement. No. I'll have to work on the lyrics.
All right. Yeah, you do that. You need anything?
No.
Well, I'm out. All right.
I have all the inspiration I need now.
I'm backing out of this tent. Just calmly but firmly backing out of this tent in conversation.
As you're backing out, you see Yerad, the leader of the clan, coming around and coming into that yurt. He says, "Oh, you've met my son."
Yeah, Not Run.
Not Run. He's a very special boy.
Yeah, he seems like it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's great.
He's my pride and joy.
Well, you certainly have a lot of those.
2.
Prides and joys?
2 sons.
Oh, 2 sons. Yes. Oh, great.
I love them both equally.
1 out of 2 ain't bad. So, how's the festival coming?
Oh, things will be set up and the actual celebration starts tomorrow, but will be festivities all night. So.
Okay, cool. Where's a good spot for me to nap or lay down my head if we're waiting for tomorrow for the commencement speech?
Any place that is devoid of partying dwarves.
Alright. Cool. Thank you.
And yeah, he nods his head and he continues into Not Run's yurt and he closes the flap behind him.
Swish.
Yeah.
Alright. I guess I'll continue to walk around and inspect these wooden contraptions and towers that we mentioned earlier.
Sure. You see like an old stone tower that was probably an original part of this collection of ruins. They all seem to be of Dwarven make. Like you can very clearly see Dwarven runes etched on the sides of some of the ruins.
Okay.
And just from mingling about the dwarves and wandering around, you've deduced that this was their ancestral home and was a malachite mine that ran dry. So it's basically just an abandoned mine.
Okay.
At this point. Something of interest that you come up to though is like an old tower, probably 40 feet tall, kind of crumbling. And they're building...
That's like 10 dwarf stories.
Yeah, well, yeah. And there seems to be a guy standing at the top of it, putting on...
Does he look like he's about to jump?
No.
Okay.
He is putting on a suit made of pillows, though.
Okay. All right.
And he's you can tell he's like checking the fit on it, like pulling some belts tight, you know what I mean? And then like taking it back off and like putting it back down on the top of the tower.
Huh. Is there a way up the tower?
There's a rope.
Accessible?
There's a rope up one side, or there's another side that's kind of like eroded. So there's plenty of footholds on that side too, whichever side you.
Let's try the rope side. Yeah.
Okay.
Dex check.
Climbing is actually strength.
Strength.
So give me an athletics check.
Ooh, this is not going to go well for me. Not a very strong man. 17 still.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. It's the tower's kind of crooked and leaning, so it's like helps you along the way up. And you get about 3/4 of the way up, and you see the dwarf at the top look down at you and start shouting, "Ha! The obstacle course is closed until tomorrow! Get off of the tower!"
Okay. I zoom back down the rope.
You zoom back down?
Yeah.
Give me a dexterity check now.
Oh. 12.
12 is good enough. You kind of scramble back down, back to the bottom, and you can hear the dwarf up there still talking to himself, kind of in a more than he's much angrier than he should be about what happened.
Oh, okay.
Takes his job very seriously.
The obstacle course. All right, so there's an obstacle course that involves putting on a suit of pillows and jumping off of the tower. This party sounds awesome.
If that is what you deduce, then yes.
That is what I deduce so far. I'm sure there's more to come. All right.
Give me an investigation check at this point. If I guess you're trying to like discern what type of events you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
20.
20. Man, you are killing it with something.
I know. This is my lucky die. You can't beat this one.
I can crush it with a hammer later, though. You see another rope going from the top of that tower, kind of at a downward angle, like 60, 80 feet away, towards a moat that you can tell has recently been refilled.
Okay.
And there seems to be some other dwarves like drawing a huge rope net over the top of the water on that moat. Also.
All right. So it's your typical Spartan run dealio.
Sure, but the moat looks, 10, 15 feet deep.
Okay.
So.
Are there any animals with large teeth in the moat?
Animals with large teeth? You'd have to go up to the moat.
Okay, I'm going to go check out this moat.
Gotcha. As you begin approaching, one of the guys drawing the large net kind of like stops what he's doing and says, Hey, come on. All right. No unfair advantages for any of the competitors, assuming you're a competitor tomorrow.
Oh, I don't know. I'd like to be. I know very little about Yuleblot, and I'm just walking around.
He stops you and corrects you. Yuleblot. It's a very important dwarven holiday.
Yuleblot. I'm sorry. As you can tell, I don't know very much about Yuleblot, and so I'm just and so I'm just checking things out. I didn't know that this was a closed event. Sorry.
I mean, it's not closed, but I don't like anybody taking a close look at anything and seeing how it works.
Okay. All right. Well, shoot. I guess I mosey on then.
Okay. Yeah. So you're like moving away from the obstacle course area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. You come across some guys chopping limbs off of some freshly felled trees. You can see they're kind of like shaving them down into like almost perfect cylinders, about 15, 20 feet in length. And they kind of see you like eyeballing them a little bit and like, oh, this is for the caber toss.
Ah.
You ever done a caber toss?
No, what's a caber toss?
It's where you throw a tree.
I assume we're going for distance?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, alright. That's happening tomorrow, too?
Oh, yeah. That's the
What's
first
happening
event.
tonight?
It's happening tonight?
Yeah.
Lots of drinking and lots of ham eating.
Ooh, okay. I'm into that.
Yeah. I like pork.
Me too. I've been dying for some ham since I got here. Ever since I smelled it cooking. Alright. Well,
he kind of turns while you're still talking and just goes back to shaving the tree.
I guess I'll head back over to the area where I saw the smoke coming out of what I assume are the underground pig ovens.
Sure. Yeah.
Head back over in that direction and see if they're ready yet.
You get over there, and yeah, they're digging one out, and it's a fully cooked hog.
My favorite kind.
And they're busting the dirt off of that sucker, and they're cutting it open and taking the first couple of bites for themselves.
Alright, I butt in there and try to get a piece for myself.
Oh yeah, no, they cut one off for you right away.
Ooh.
Yeah. They say Yuleblot's all about giving. Most of these people will make you pay, but you get a free bite of ham from me.
Is it delicious? Describe how it tastes.
It has a cinnamon-like quality to it.
Mm.
It's very sweet. You can tell there are various fruit juices that this thing has probably been soaked in.
Oh man, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too.
You're making me hungrier.
The meat falls apart in your mouth in an almost butter-like fashion.
Ooh.
As you attempt to chew into it, but it's already dissolved.
Alright. Well, now I'm just thinking about food.
Yeah, me too.
Alright.
Do we have any food here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Probably.
Good.
But I got those protein cookies. So... Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go kind of try to scout out a place to lay down my head for the night, or wait to pass some time.
Super easy to find. Everywhere you go, people are like trying to offer you some more Dwarven ale, or various, try out this thing so you'll buy it, type things.
Oh, I try every one of them.
You try every one of them. And how many of these useless things are you buying?
Well, it depends on what they are.
There's a scarf.
Okay.
A Yuleblot scarf with the traditional Christmas hammer.
Yep, I buy it.
Okay.
How much?
2 gold.
2 gold for the Yuleblot scarf.
Yeah. It's about 6 feet long when it's fully unfolded.
All right.
It's wool.
Ooh.
Of what animal, you're not sure, but it is wool.
All right. Yuleblot scarf added to my inventory.
Yep. There's some big, fuzzy winter boots. You're kind of in a warmer area, but they say it's traditional Yuleblot garment.
Hmm.
They are red and yellow.
How much are they?
A gold.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Buying the boots.
Yuleblot boots.
You know what? I'm just gonna act like an American tourist and just buy branded everything. I want to be so Yuleblotted out that people are embarrassed.
So let's just say you drop 10 gold and you have a whole Yuleblot kit.
Alright.
You're just decked out in various holiday regalia in crimson and yellow.
Nice.
And the dwarves are definitely noticing you.
Are they into it? Or they think it's cheesy? Or
give me an insight check.
Insight. Alright. 6.
They're definitely into it.
All right.
Yeah, they're like, oh, look at him, and they're like, oh.
All right, nice.
The kids love it. The Dwarven children running around, they love it.
Cool. All right, so I go find a spot, preferably a little off to the side, maybe near those trees those guys were felling. Place to set up.
Yeah, super easy to find a place here. You're just rolling your bedroll out and taking a nap.
Yep, taking a nap, waiting for these night festivities to start. Long down the road to Rit.
So the contests start tomorrow.
Okay.
You're gonna be drinking tonight. Do you want to sleep through them partying tonight, or do you want to?
Well, I guess I can't really set an alarm, but I'd like to take a nap and then wake up later during the partying, and then
you'll
see
wake
what
up
it's about
frequently during their party.
Okay,
I guarantee it.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna go to sleep, and then when the partying seems to hit its apex,
I'll just say you get a short rest, even though you didn't expend anything. I'll just say you sleep for a couple hours. And yeah, you wake up to the sounds of Dwarven revelry, which are...
debaucherous.
Yeah, akin to European drinking chants. You hear mugs being slammed onto tables. You hear what can only be described as, I don't know, people cheering other people on, but you're not sure for what, because it's coming from the other side of the camp. You're like, hey, yeah, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I really wish I had my sound effects now. Hold on. And I found my sound effects, and we're back. Where were we?
I heard chanting, cheering, drinking.
From the other side of the camp.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what you heard.
Alright, well, this sounds interesting. I'm going to head over to the other side of the camp and see what all the commotion's about.
Okay, yeah. So when you get to the other side of the camp, you see two dwarves surrounded by empty mugs and tankards and glasses, and they're engaged in a good old-fashioned drinking contest.
Alright.
And there's a crowd around them cheering them on.
Do I recognize either of them as anybody I've met before?
Yeah, the first one is Jarad. Yarad's other son, not Run.
All
Latter
right.
guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Jarad.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I'm going to cheer for Jarad.
You also... Actually, give me a perception check.
3.
Okay. You're going to cheer for Jarad?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's see how Jarad does. One for the newcomer, and one for Jarad. And they both hold their own, but the other guy finishes the most recent mug right before Jarad. And there's some... there we go. What's happening? There's some light applause for this round. Because it wasn't that great. And as the bartender is refilling their drinks, you notice some people exchanging coins, taking bets on who's going to win.
Ah. Well, I approach the people taking bets.
Yeah.
And I say...
They're two older dwarves.
5 gold on Jarad for this next round.
They both look at each other, and you can hear some people chuckling as you say that. And they say, all right, we'll take that bet.
All right. So for the next round, should I buy the round?
Oh, Jarad's taken care of. His dad's
the
master of the clan, so...
all right.
And they go at it again. Jarad's my left hand here, so... Oh!
No!
The unnamed dwarf beats him out again.
No!
You're down 5 gold.
Alright, I smile and hand it over,
and you're met with boisterous laughter from the crowd.
No hurt feelings.
And they say, we'll take your bet again if you want.
Alright, I'm in. Let's do it. One more time.
Okay. The bartender again refills their drinks, and they're off to chugging.
Man, Jared's not too good at this.
No.
Oh, man.
Jarad coughs in the middle of chugging his beer, and it just goes everywhere, and he can't, restart, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the other guy's having a hard time, but he manages to finish his drink.
Oh, alright, another 5.
And once again, everyone laughs at Jarad.
Alright, well, I'm done betting money on Jared, the horrible drinker, to win.
Okay.
I'd like to keep cruising around the camp and see what else is going on.
Sure. So as you get away from that area where most of the revelry seems to be going on, it gets a little quieter. And there's some dwarves sleeping randomly around the camp.
Like passed out, drunk, or just
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There are a few guards on the exteriors, or on the exterior of the camp, performing their duties, not taking part, because they take their jobs pretty seriously when you're out in the wilds. You have to. But other than that, all the party seems to be kind of centrally located where those guys were. So the rest of the camp seems asleep or vacant at this time.
I want to approach one of the guards.
Sure. Yeah. So you walk up to the guard.
Yeah.
Just the closest guard, I'm assuming?
Yeah, the closest guard.
Okay. And what do you say? He's kind of looking. He kind of looks at you as you're approaching, and then goes back to looking out over.
I say, "Well met, friend."
He nods, doesn't say anything.
So they're taking their jobs pretty seriously.
I mean, doesn't look like he's upset by your presence, but
yeah,
he's been probably standing here for 3 or 4 hours already.
Okay.
So, oops.
All right. Well, yeah. No, if they don't want to talk, I'm not gonna try to force them into a conversation. All right. Well, I'll head back. I'll head back over to the party.
Okay.
And is Gerard still engaged in this drinking battle, or is he?
You do not see Gerard anymore. The other dwarf is still sitting there, now being fawned over by a pair of lovely dwarven women.
All right. Well, I'm jealous of all this fawning, so I'm gonna go challenge him to a drinking competition.
You're gonna challenge him to a drinking competition?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same style that.
Just 1 for 1 each round?
Yeah, 1 for 1 each round.
Well, he says, that seems a mite bit unfair considering I've been drinking all night and you look a wee bit fresh.
Alright.
So why don't you take 2 before and try to catch your little human bones up to me?
Alright, I can do that.
Alright.
So I'll have 2 ales.
That'll be 2 gold, the bartender says.
2 gold, you got it.
And he pours them for you.
Alright, and I get to chugging.
Alright, give me a constitution check for the first one, because this is a Dwarven ale. This isn't that pansy human stuff you're used to drinking.
A 6.
A 6 is enough to get it down, but you're visibly uncomfortable, and the guy that you're trying is like, alright, I got this. So give me another one for the second one.
Alright. 13.
13, yeah. You're kind of getting accustomed to the flavor.
Yeah.
So you got that one down.
Alright, good.
Alright.
Now listen here, I say, as I get visibly drunk on this. What's probably, I don't know, 30 proof Dwarven ale.
Yeah.
Alright.
Say, now listen here.
Now listen here. And I sit down next to him and I say, alright, 2 more.
He stands up on a stool and he claps his hands really loud. Everyone pay attention. And the music stops playing.
I look visibly embarrassed.
And the crowd.
Like maybe I'm getting myself in over my head.
Muy embarazado. The crowd gets a little bit quieter and he says, "This here human has challenged me, Korgath, to a drinking contest."
Oh no! And no one's on my
They start
side.
booing you.
They start booing me.
Everyone knows that us dwarves have lead stomachs, and there's no way I can possibly lose to him. Is that right? And they're all cheering for him. So, you ready to get this going on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. The crowd becomes visibly more quiet because Dwarven ego is at stake at this point.
Ooh, man.
And
I should have known better than to mess with Dwarven ego.
And the first round is poured for you. And you can tell this one's coming from a different bottle.
Oh, shit.
On the count of 3 then?
Alright. 1, 2, 3.
Constitution, what is that?
17.
17? He beats you out. Just barely.
No!
Just finishes it before you.
Oh,
He's a
man.
dwarf.
No, he's
He
a pro,
finishes it
though.
with it, and he just looks like he's chugging water.
Oh, God. Alright.
And there are cheers and laughter and coins being exchanged.
Who was dumb enough to bet on me?
Give me a constitution check, by the way. Oh wait, no, you already did. I'm sorry. I completely forgot. Another round then, boyo?
One more.
Alright.
But you're buying this time.
Oh, he says no problem. And he just throws a handful of coins on the bar. 1, 2, 3.
Nat 20.
2. And he doesn't even finish his beer by the time you've just opened your throat and swallowed the whole thing. And the crowd just gets 100% quiet. And Korgath does not like what just happened. And he turns the table over that you guys are standing over.
Oh no.
And he says, "This isn't getting settled by ale. This is getting settled by our fists." And the crowd goes wild.
Oh man. Is this a roll for initiative?
Roll for initiative.
Our situation. Alright, 6.
I need no paper here. 6.
Oh man, this guy's gonna knock me out. I shouldn't say that.
TJ with the 6 initiative. And before you've gotten out of your chair,
He socks me.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. So before you even get out of your seat, he's closed the distance between you two and swings directly at your face with his fist. What is your AC?
14.
14. In his drunken stupor, he swings wild and misses and kind of collapses on top of you in your chair. And the chair starts to tip backwards with both of you on it.
Okay.
So you can either let that happen or give me some kind of saving throw to stop from being just ran over in this chair. Strength or dex.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Dex.
Okay.
Maybe try and slip out of the chair, and so he kind of rides the chair to the ground.
Sure.
A 9.
A 9 is not good enough. And you guys are both now tangled up on this turned over chair.
Okay.
So what is your action?
Well, this is kind of perfect for me. I'm gonna try and cast Charm Person
Okay.
on him.
Sure. What do I have to give you?
So he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw, and he'll have advantage on that throw because we're currently fighting.
Okay. What do I have to beat? What's your spell save DC? It should be on the second page of your character.
I believe it's a.
Can we write it down? Or the third page?
So it's proficiency bonus plus spellcasting modifier plus 8.
Yeah.
So that would be 3, 2, 8, 13.
And it's Constitution or sorry,
Wisdom.
Wisdom? Yeah, no, he doesn't beat it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So what is explain to me what's happening here now.
Alright. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends, or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you.
So yeah, he kind of gets this
So I'm gonna help him up. I'll be like, whoa there! That's
dumbfounded look on his face for a minute. And just kind of looking at you confused. And then he gets this big smile on his face and goes, "Hey!"
And so I embrace him. I give him a big hug and try to play it off to the crowd as if that was a performance of ours, something that was pre-planned or something that was designed to get a reaction out of the crowd.
Give me a deception check.
How about a performance check?
Give me a deception check.
All right. Oh, okay. Deception's actually better. 24.
24, yeah. There was enough going on that nobody saw you actually cast the spell. And you're met with cheers and applause.
All right.
And what do you want to do with your new friend here?
Well, I think I'm just gonna have him. I think I'm just gonna. I mean, tell him to sit down and buy him a beer, and then mosey on out of there.
So you're paying for another beer for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. I'm gonna tell the bartender it's on his tab.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, things kind of go back to normal.
All right.
They were.
Good.
People are drinking. He gets his ale, and he's kind of looking into it, confused, and looking around for a second. How long does Charm Person last?
Charm Person lasts an hour.
An hour? Okay.
Yeah.
And you're vacating the premises?
Well, actually, I think if everything's back to normal and the focus isn't on us anymore, I guess I'd like to ask him some questions.
Okay. What do you want to ask him?
Ask him about the location that we're in and why the dwarves moved on from this location. Like this was their homeland, they said, so I assume maybe the mine ran drier, but I would like to ask him about the history of this location.
It was called Camp Malachite. Still is called Camp Malachite. But they just ran out of the stone that their clan was famous for, which was malachite.
Okay.
And they moved on elsewhere. Started a new mine because it ran dry, 4 or 5 centuries ago.
Where is this new mine and what's it called?
Oh, it's up near, it's up just south of Rit, in a big, huge, natural, open crag.
Okay.
By a desert. They're not really their own independent clan anymore. They've kind of got absorbed by a larger clan.
Okay.
But they come down here once a year to celebrate their family history.
Celebrate their origins.
So they're part of the Heroes Blood clan now, but they keep their names separate.
Okay. The Malachite clan. I asked him about the events for tomorrow. The obstacle course. I asked him about that.
He says, "Oh yeah, that's my favorite event, the obstacle course. It's different every year. You never know what to expect.
How can I win it?
Oh, be the first one to finish. We all start at the same time."
And then I give him a nudge and a wink, and I say, "Is there any information you can give me to give me an advantage?"
Oh yeah. Beat me. Is what he says.
All right. Okay. I think I'm going to shoot. I think I'm going to vacate. I think I'll head back to the my bedroll I've got laid out, and
yeah, sure. No
go to
problem.
sleep.
So you go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Waiting for the next morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. You sleep through the night.
So in an hour, I don't have a really angry dwarf shaking me awake, wondering what the hell just happened.
Nobody comes and wakes
Good.
you
I was
up.
hoping he'd realize the wisdom of the situation.
And nobody comes and wakes you up. You're not sure if it's because he thought about it and decided it wasn't a good idea, or if it's because he passed out before that time came. But yeah.
All right.
You wake up and there are no issues. Here at Biking and Dragons, we like to support our local gaming stores, because without them, we wouldn't exist. So now's a good time to mention MJ Cards and Comics in Wasilla, and what a great job Robert does down there. He's got everything from Dungeons and Dragons to Pathfinder, to Magic the Gathering, to Warhammer, and all sorts of other nerdy merchandise. MJ's is also frequently involved in charity events. For example, on Thanksgiving, Robert let the store open with food for any nerds that didn't have a turkey dinner. So, if you head down there and mention Biking and Dragons while buying anything over $20, they'll even toss in a free Reaper Bones mini. And I can vouch for the quality of those. I had a little under 300 of them that I had to sell to go on this trip. Kinda sucks. Again, mention Biking and Dragons at MJ Cards and Comics in Wasilla when buying anything over $20, and you'll get a free Reaper Bones miniature.
Perfect.
Great. Well, you are awoken by the sounds of a crowd gathering, kind of milling past you. You can hear a few last-minute things being erected around the camp. but most of the people seem to all be heading in the same direction. So, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna follow the crowd.
Okay, yeah, sure. And when you actually, I haven't been. Give me a Constitution save.
Constitution save.
Yeah.
15.
15. Okay. You're still feeling the alcohol a little bit from the night before, but I wouldn't really say you have a hangover. Just a little tired, you know. And as you're like making your way through the crowd to whatever's going on, you see a giant log just flip through the air, stick into the ground, and the crowd goes nuts. And you're pretty sure you've come to the right place.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you make your way up to the front of the crowd, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way up to the front of the crowd. I'm gonna see if there's like a place where competitors are lining up, and see if I can't jump in with them.
You can see. There's only 3 people standing at like the front line where the Cabertas is taking place. That's Jarad, Korgath, the gentleman from the previous night, and Not Run.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go up to the group.
Okay.
And
they just say, "Oh, you know, we're just warming up before it starts. If you want to get a toss in before, so you can kind of understand how it works."
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay. Well, grab a tree and step up to the line.
All right.
These big logs just standing
I try and choose the smallest one.
They're all uniform in size and shape at this point.
All right.
And they say they'll help you get it upright. So
okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And give me a strength check, basically, to just hold this thing.
A 1, not a nat 1.
Okay.
But my strength is pretty bad.
So you're having trouble even holding this by themselves. They said, let's just give it a second shot and see if it works out for you. And you can hear like a couple of the dwarves like laughing out to the side, talking about like inferior human strength and you know, stuff like that.
Typical dwarves.
So give me another strength check.
Racists. This one's a 4.
A 4. Yeah, you're not able to pick up any of these logs.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Don't even know why I tried. I'm going to put the log, or I drop the log because I can't hold it. I can't even pick it up. So I'm gonna. They
say, or you can tell they're like event organizers are wearing like different tabards with like festive markings on them. One of the guys explains to you that there are 4 events and cumulatively, like there's a prize for winning each event, but cumulatively whoever has the most points at the end wins the whole Yuleblot contest.
So what's the prize?
Oh, that's a secret.
Okay.
Every year. And then from nearby, a trumpet rings out, and a crowd cheers, and the camber toss begins.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna give it another go.
Oh, you're gonna go for it again?
Well, I mean,
that was the warm-up round, so yeah, you can if you want.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure everyone's gonna be laughing, but
well, Korgath, as the reigning champion, gets the honor of going first. So he steps up and declines any help getting the tree upright, and just hoists it up himself with the loudest grunt you can imagine. It was probably painful for him, but he's just doing it just to show off. And he starts walking up to the line, and you can see the tree like teetering back and forth, but he manages to keep it upright. And he just takes 3 big steps and chucks that thing, and it goes about 5 feet.
Okay.
And just tips over. And he immediately starts saying, "Oh, I stepped in a hole. There's something not right here." The crowd seems underwhelmed. They don't even nobody cheers or anything, In fact, they probably thought it was still a warm-up round because of how poorly he threw it. And you can see Jarad looks very pleased. he steps up next. And pretty much the same thing until the throw, but his goes about 3 times as far as Korgat's. And thumps into the ground and tips over, and the crowd cheers. Just, even though Korgat's the reigning champ, you can tell Jared's the crowd favorite.
Ah.
And then it's up to you,
all right.
competitor number 3.
So I accept help picking it up.
They say, wait, stop. And they paint a big 3 on your chest with a white brush and a 3 on your back. We don't want to get you guys confused. And you look around, everybody's 2 feet shorter than you.
Real funny, guys. Yeah. All right. So strength check.
Strength check.
For the throw?
To pick it up.
Well, I'm accepting their help to pick it up.
Oh, yeah, but you still got to be able to hold the weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. That's a nat 1.
Why don't you go ahead and just roll percentile die for me?
Oh, no. All right.
You had both the D10 and that.
73%.
Okay, not too bad. It just kind of like flops back over into the pile of trees there that they've cut down. There's a bit of laughter, because no one expected you to pick it up anyway after the first 2 failed attempts. And then it's not run up.
Oh, all right.
And he surprisingly is able to hold it upright, and he stumbles up to the front of the line and manages to throw it a good foot or so. Nothing impressive, but
If only he had a foot.
he has a foot.
Well, he could use another one. I'm told.
And he manages to go. And nobody's really cheering, but you can just hear one loud, just, yeah, that's my boy! Yeah! And you look over and it's... I
cheer too.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Yarad sitting at the top bleacher in like a special chair just for him, And each of the dwarves drinks a pint. And you're handed one also.
Alright, I drink it down.
This is part of the contest, they say. So give me a constitution check.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You have become quite accustomed to Dwarven imbibements over the last couple of, or the last day or so. So no problem. Which means you're in luck because they start ushering the contestants over to an area you're familiar with, which is the bar area, which is part 2 of the contest. And the crowd follows
the second
you.
Event.
The crowd follows you. And when you get there, there are, let's see here. Yeah. There are 7 mugs of ale set out for each one of you. And 4 stools next to each other. And the bartender from the night before looks at you and gives you a smile and says, everyone else here already knows the rules, so let me give you the quick rundown. It's a 1-for-1 drinking contest. If you don't make it, you don't make it. If you win, you win.
Alright.
Alright.
But it's a 1-for-1 4 competitors?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone's drinking one at a time at the same times.
Alright.
So, okay. Ready?
Ready. First cup.
First cup.
Go. Constitution or just
Constitution.
Straight? 13.
13, yeah, you managed to... Wait. You managed to drink it, no problem. Both the Malachite boys have some problems with theirs, but they get them down. Korgath slams his like it's lighter than water. Just slings it back. Lets out a hearty burp afterwards. Round 2.
Round 2. Nat 20. So the 22.
Yeah. Once again, you and Korgoth down yours, and the Malachite boys are having some issues. They're finishing them, but they're drinking them slowly.
Alright.
Alright, round 3.
13.
Not run begins to vomit. Just profusely. All the fluid that he just drank.
Is Yaren in the background going, yeah, that's my boy?
No, he's not.
Strangely silent on this one.
Korgath has some problems with his. What did you roll?
13.
13. You're actually the first to finish your beverage for this round.
Yeah.
But Not Run is disqualified.
Ooh, vomiting disqualification.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that makes sense. All right. Going for...
This is 4?
Number 4?
Yeah, here we go.
12.
The other Malachite boy coughs and sputters, and he is knocked out. All right, you can tell you're on the verge. you think you might be able to drink some more, but you can tell you might start puking here at any moment.
All right, I just got to get through 5, 6, and 7. Just 3 more drinks.
All right, so it's you and Korgath.
For number 5?
Yeah.
A 6.
You and Korgath finish your drinks at the same time, but then you start feeling it come back up. Like, as soon as you finish, give me a second Constitution saving throw.
Man. The Constitution saving throw to swallow my vomit.
Yeah.
This is the kind of D&D I like to play. 17.
You, like, it comes up into your mouth, and you're like...
Just stone facing it.
Swallow it completely down. And you can see Korgath's kind of like shaking his head, like shaking it off, you know. Didn't come as close as you did, but
oh man,
you got 2 more. Nobody suspects anything. So.
All right, beer number 6. 15.
15, and Korgath pukes.
No, I'm the winner.
And the crowd cheers. They remember last night, of course. So it's actually an exciting turn of events for them.
Nice.
And Not Run comes up to you right after that contest and says, "You weren't at the commencement ceremony."
Oh fuck! Oh no! No!
I mean, maybe I'm mistaken. I thought you said that you promised you were going to be there.
Not Run. I'm sorry. I must have overslept.
I mean, I understand. It happens a lot to me.
Oh no, Not Run. I'm really sorry. I don't know. I guess I thought the trumpets would wake me up, but I didn't. I did some alarm clock. Sorry.
And as you're talking to him, some music saves you from this horrible situation. And the crowd begins milling over to what you recognize as the obstacle course section.
So if I throw up now, am I good? I'm not disqualified?
Are you asking me that, or are you asking somebody that?
I'll ask somebody. I'll ask Kargath.
You ask Kargath?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you ask him?
Hey, if I throw up now, am I disqualified, or is that
no, definitely not. If you throw up now, they'll call you the winner. And then he just turns and keeps walking towards the obstacle course.
Sarcasm taken. I head over to the obstacle course.
Okay. The crowd near this part is significantly larger. This is where the bleachers really were facing.
Okay.
You can tell this is sort of the main event. There's probably near 100 dwarves gathered here on these little bleachers, and there's a big white line painted on the ground where there's the starting spot, and in front of you is that crumbly tower that you attempted to climb before. So the guy running the event says he can give you a rundown of what you need to do.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So he says, first you have to scale the guard tower. Swing on a rope to the old moat. Swim underneath the ropes, not coming up until you reach the other side. Then you got to run up the old drawbridge, jump to the bottom, pick up 3 axes, throw them into 3 targets, and that's the end of the race. But each step, there's a pint waiting for you.
Oh, God.
Sounds simple, right?
If I throw up, am I disqualified?
Oh no, you're just delayed. Because
Okay.
whoever's first across the finish line wins.
Alright.
Yeah. So you ready?
I noticed that someone was trying on these pillow suits on top of the tower.
Shh, hey.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Nobody was supposed to see that.
Oh, sorry.
I'll let it slide.
Okay. Alright.
Right.
I'm ready. Let's go to the starting line.
So you guys are all at the starting line. And they say, when the trumpets end, that's your signal to go. Okay. And you're waiting there for a couple minutes. I don't know if you've ever been at a sporting event, but you're just kind of like milling around for like a couple minutes. Yeah. I couldn't tell.
Ooh, real funny.
And then trumpets start playing when Yerad shows up. And he's sitting up there. You go, Notrun, you show them who's boss! And it's you, Jerad, Notrun, and Korgath at the line. And the trumpets end. So what do you do?
Alright, dash over to the tower.
Okay.
And
all four of you are dashing there. Notrun's moving at about a 5-foot pace. You get there just before the dwarves do, just because you're a little bit taller. They're about 5 feet behind you. How are you going to approach climbing this tower?
Well,
there's lots of handholds. It's kind of eroded.
I'm pretty dexterous, so trying to use that to my advantage. But I guess climbing strength, right?
Probably athletics, yeah. But if you have any ideas, you know what I mean, that can aid you.
Well, I like to go to the not do the rope side. I'd like to do the side. Yeah.
Oh, the crumbly side is the side facing you. There's no visible rope at this point. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then both the crumbly side. I just start climbing.
Just start climbing. Give me a straight athletics check then. Not too difficult of a climb. Plenty of handholds and footholds.
8.
8. You're struggling at the bottom there. The first thing you grab onto just kind of breaks off, and the two dwarves that have any chance of winning this competition catch up to you and begin their climb. And both of them also are not climbing at the bottom of this tower. They're kind of like fighting over each other and climbing over each other and not making any progress either. Just give me another climb check. By this time, not
a 5.
Jesus Christ. By this time, Notrun has caught up to you guys at the base of the tower. Korgath has made his way up about 10 feet.
Okay.
At the side of the tower. It's about 40 feet tall. And so there's 3 of you at the bottom of this tower fighting over one little handhold and footholds there are. So give me another one.
All right,
Come
another
on,
one.
Man.
A 4. God. Look, these aren't my climbing dice. I didn't bring those.
Jerad just starts motoring up the side. He makes it about halfway up. Korgath, so he's about even with Korgath. Notrun is actually about 3 feet off the ground now at this point. He's sticking his little peg leg in little holes on the thing, and he's slowly turtling his way up the side of this thing.
The one-legged guy's beating me in this climbing event. All right. Next climbing check?
Yeah. Come on, man.
17.
17. All right. You easily surpass Notrun, and you're just behind the two dwarves, Korgath and Jerad. One more check is all you need to get to the top.
A 2.
2. You're not making any progress. Above you, you see Korgath go over the crest of the tower, and then suddenly just fly back over the edge and sail right past you, and just like land on the ground. And you're,
oh god!
And then you see a guy wearing a big white tunic with a red cross on it run over and do like a healing spell on him and heal him up. Then he gets up and like cracks his back and starts climbing the tower again.
Oh god! All right. Another check.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. The crowd is pretty excited as you surpass Gerard, who's just barely at the top. And as soon as you get over the top, you see what looks like a stick with a big sponge on the end of it, basically, just swinging right at your face.
Okay.
Give me a dexterity saving throw to dodge that thing.
16.
Yeah, you duck it, and you see a dwarf wearing body armor made out of pillows with a big stick with pillows on both ends of it. And he's like, yeah! Like giving you his best warrior scream, you know what I mean? Basically, think like American Gladiator, medieval edition. So.
Like the Marines and their bugle sticks, I think they call them.
I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, they do that. They.
I saw my dad do that once.
All right. Can I? Shoot.
So we're just gonna treat this part like combat. So.
Okay.
Well, give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Nat 20.
Okay. You would think it's probably not a good idea to kill this guy.
Right.
But probably incapacitate him or just get him out of your way. Yeah.
I'm going to blind him with bright sparks. I'm going to create a minor illusion.
Okay.
That's for just him. And it's going to be...
So you're using the spell Minor Illusion?
Yeah. And so I'm going to create blinding white light in front of his face.
Sure.
Around his head.
Like firework type spark stuff?
Yeah, something that'll obscure me so that I can quickly...
So what I'm going to say that'll do is maybe delay him, give him disadvantage on anything he's going to try to do to you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. And Gerard's coming up over the edge behind you, and it's your turn here.
All right. So describe the top of the tower to me.
It's a circle about 10 feet by 10 feet if it was a square. On the other end is like a post with a rope connected to like a ring that releases and swings.
Okay.
Well, there's 4 ropes attached, one for each person.
Okay. Well, I'm going to dip, duck, dodge, dive, dip, duck, and dodge my way across the top of the tower and attempt to grab onto my ring.
Okay, basically as soon as you get out, he gets an attack of opportunity on you, but disadvantage because he can't see really right now. And he misses you with his stick.
Okay.
And so you're grabbing onto the rope?
Grabbing onto the ring, yeah.
Okay, when you get up to the ring, you notice there is a little table sitting there with a pint on it. Or 4 pints.
Okay. I grab a pint and start chugging.
Okay.
Constitution?
Yep, Constitution check.
11.
11. Give me a second Constitution check.
13.
13. You start throwing up a little bit.
Ugh.
You can just... People notice. You can tell they're just laughing, though. It's like not a disqualifying thing.
Yeah.
And
at this point...
During that happening, Gerard catches up to you, though. And he has the same problem.
Okay.
So you guys are both just kind of throwing up there on the top of this tower.
Over the side,
Yeah, Jared's leaning over the side. Ugh. He's been drinking all day and all night for like the past 2 or 3 days. So.
Alright.
Yeah, and then you can hear someone else coming up over the edge of the tower behind you, and it's your turn again.
Okay, I'm good with the beer?
It's all gone.
Okay, I'm gonna grab my ring and swing down.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
Alright. Acrobatics. 6.
6. As you're like swinging, you kind of like start sliding down the rope. So you're like much further down than you should be. And you're gonna like come up short of the moat. Like you can tell there's like, the moat is covered in like a lattice work of ropes, and there's like an area where you're probably supposed to land in the moat.
Okay.
You're gonna come up like 5 feet short of the moat.
Okay.
So you're gonna land on the ground, pretty hard. How do you want to approach that?
I'd like to try and duck and roll.
Okay, give me a dex. No, acrobatics. Give me another acrobatics. How about that?
All right. 12.
12. We're just gonna say you take 3 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
From hitting the ground hard, and you're still just outside the water.
Okay, I'm gonna dive into that water. I'm gonna take a huge breath. I'm gonna dive into that water and attempt to swim across.
So give me. Do you know what I mean when I say a Constitution athletics check?
No.
So add your Constitution bonus to your athletics check.
Okay.
Or you use your Constitution bonus instead of your strength bonus. That's what I mean.
Okay.
It's weird, but that's what.
7.
Okay, 7. So you get about halfway across under the water, and then you just have to come up from air, and you're just like stuck under this lattice work of ropes, like you're breathing, but you're like semi-floundering because they're just like heavy enough to like keep you kind of underwater, and you hear someone else splash into the moat behind you.
All right.
Continuing?
Keep
Same
swimming.
thing. Yeah.
8.
8. Yeah, that's enough for you to get to the other side as you're swimming through this murky water. And as you're coming out of the water, you can see that Gerard is also coming out of the water. He's caught up to you at this point. And there's another table there with 4 pints on it. And as you reach for the pint on the table, you hear another loud splash in the moat behind you.
Okay, I'm gonna start chugging.
Okay.
19 Constitution.
Okay. Well, you finish before Gerard.
We're neck and neck.
And then there's the old drawbridge.
All right.
And on it you see 3 guys wearing pillow suits.
Oh man.
With pillow sticks, and they're all like tethered to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they can't fall off. And it's kind of like at a 45-degree angle. So you have to like run up it and then jump off the high end.
Okay.
They're evenly spaced.
If I cast an obvious spell, is that going to disqualify me?
You can try to discern that using insight.
Okay, insight into seeing if casting a spell would disqualify me from this. 7.
You're about as certain as you, Eric, are. So.
Alright, well then I'm just going to attempt to run up and through one of the guys.
So you you put your first foot on the drawbridge and give me a dexterity check. Because your foot slips.
8.
And you stumble forward and you realize the entire thing is slick with oil.
Oh. Alright.
And Gerard passes you, running up the side.
Okay.
And Korgath passes Jared, but is tangled up in the first guard.
Okay. I'm going to try to run past them all.
Okay.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
7.
7. You're having you're kind of like on your hands and knees, kind of like sliding yourself up the drawbridge because it's too slippery for you to stand. Gerard runs past the first guard that is tangled up with Korgath. Korgath can't get out of that guy's grasp. You're up.
Alright, I'm going to try to go through it again. 16.
16. You managed to get up onto your feet and you run past Korgath in the first guard.
Okay.
And now you're kind of even with Gerard, and you guys are approaching the second guard.
Second guard, alright.
And he kind of hesitates to see like if you're going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
So what are you going to try to do here?
Should I give him a... I'm going to just go for it.
Just try to run past him?
Yeah, I'm going to try to run past him. I'm not gonna try to outmaneuver him or wait for him to go. 16.
16. And he tries to grab onto you. What's your AC?
14.
Yeah, he like does the big open arm like mist thing and like stumbles over, and Gerard is behind you and following you, but you are definitely ahead of him.
All right.
If you okay, yeah, so you're at the last guard at the top there.
Try to run right through him.
Sure.
20.
He grabs onto you. Give me a strength check. Or dexterity.
1.
Oh, 1? And he pushes you, and you fall backwards and just begins sliding back down the drawbridge.
He grabbed me with a 20?
20 was your attempt to run past him. Yeah. And all he has to do is beat your AC to...
Oh, okay.
Because you were just navigating slippery stuff.
Alright.
What was I saying? Okay.
So now I'm trying to get back up
You're
now?
sliding down. Korgath has made it past the first 2 guards. Jarad is locked up to the last guy. You slid down to the second guard.
I'm going to try to grab Korgath as I slide
down. As he's running past you?
Yeah.
Give me a strength.
Strength?
Opposed strength. Yeah.
13.
You kind of like grab onto like his pant leg and he just like rips his leg out of your grip.
Alright. Alright, I'm going to attempt to get up.
Okay. Give me whatever you think you could use reasonably to get up. What do you think?
Dexterity.
Dexterity? Sure.
Nat 20.
Nat 20, yeah. You kind of like slide down to the second guard and he's trying to grab onto you. And you kind of put your feet on him as leverage and like push yourself up and he falls over.
Alright.
And you're... With the nat 20, I'm going to say you ran back up to the top and it's all 3 of you guys up there now. But Jarad's still battling with that guy.
Alright.
So you and Korgath are...
Jumping down.
Leaping off the edge and it's about 15 feet up.
Alright. Well, I'm going to try to tuck and roll.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. You don't quite tuck and roll. You are, you fall and you land prone, and everything goes black for you. And then you see a guy casting a healing spell on you, and you wake back up, and you see a guy casting a healing spell on Korgath, who's also laying on his back. You're like, oh, fuck.
This is brutal.
Yeah. And there's a little table there.
And 4 mugs of ale, right?
4 mugs of ale.
Alright, let's do this.
Yeah.
Constitution. 12.
Yeah. You manage to drink yours slowly. Korgath is trying to drink his, but he's just like out of breath, and he's just like spilling it all over himself. And there are 3 axes sitting in front of you and 3 targets.
Alright, let's knock them down.
Okay. So pick up your axes.
Axe number 1.
Yeah. Roll ranged attack, whatever.
Alright.
So,
15.
15 hits the first target easy.
Alright, roll number 2.
Yep.
11.
Okay. And then Korgath catches up for the first round
Okay.
at this point. And he sticks his first one.
Alright.
So, second one. For the second axe, right?
Oh, I rolled for the second one already.
What did you roll? I thought it was low.
Oh, I rolled it was 11. That's
Yeah,
a
it
miss?
missed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, second one again?
Yeah.
8.
Yeah. Korgath sticks the second one, so he's moving on to the third one. Second one.
7.
7. Korgath sticks his third one, and he's running to the final ale table at this point. So,
Second one, 18.
you stick it. You
Alright.
guys having difficulty drinking his ale.
22 for the third
You
one.
stick the third one. Korgath's finishing up his ale. Run to the ale table. You
Alright.
get 1 check to try to beat him.
Constitution. 21.
Yeah, you guys finish at the ale table at the same time. Finish line's about 10 feet away. Humans are faster than dwarves.
Yeah, I'm in the sprint as fast as I
And
can.
you beat him by 5 feet.
All right.
And it was unexpected. But the crowd cheers. Yay.
So I heard that there was a prize for winning each event. Is that later?
Oh yeah, that's just monetary. But there's still one more event.
Okay.
It's the mystery event. It's different every year. Nobody knows what it is.
All right. Well, let's see what it is. Let's head over.
You go one at a time.
Okay.
And the crowd is not allowed to follow. So
The noise dies down.
yeah, the noise dies down. You are ushered in to a maroon-colored yurt by the event organizers, and it is thick with incense and smoke. There's a round table in front of you with a single chair, and you seem to be alone in the yurt.
Alright, I'm gonna go sit in the chair. I'm a man of action.
As you sit in the chair, the ghostly image of a very, very old dwarf appears in front of you. And then he says, I'm not a ghost, I'm alive. And then he appears normally. I just like the suspense.
Nice. Kind of an Arcana check? See what he's working with?
Sure. Yeah.
7.
7. You're going to assume he was invisible of some kind, but you're not sure.
Okay.
You're still a novice practitioner. He says, my name's Throzen, and I will be running the most important part of the Yuleblot challenges. The caber toss tested a dwarf's strength. The drinking contest tested a dwarf's stomach. And the obstacle course tested a dwarf's ability to adapt. Those are all very important features of a dwarf, but the most important feature of a dwarf is the dwarf's mind. And so I'll be asking you a series of questions.
Oh, great.
And you, my friend, will provide the answers.
Alright.
There is no allotment of time for this challenge.
Do I need some scratch paper?
You might.
Alright. I got some.
You got some? Okay. We'll start this test easily. What has an ear but cannot hear?
Corn.
He reaches over and makes a little check mark on a piece of paper and smiles. What runs around a city but never moves?
A moat.
You see him reach over and he puts a little X on a piece of paper. You do get 3 guesses.
The walls?
And he smiles and puts a little check mark. Now they get a little more difficult. I weaken all men for hours from when... let me start over that. I weaken all men for hours when from me they stay. I bring them strange visions when they are away. I steal them by dark, by light give them back. None suffer to have me, but do from a lack.
Rest.
And he reaches over and puts a little check mark. I made that one up myself.
Nice.
10 men's strength, 10 men's length. 10 men can't break me, but a boy carries me carefree.
Imagination?
Puts a little X on his paper. I can repeat it if you want.
Yeah, please.
10 men's strength, 10 men's length. 10 men can't break me, but a boy carries me carefree.
It's a tough one.
This is Dungeons and Dragons.
I bet there's people who know the answer. 10 men's strength, 10 men's length. 10 men can't break me, but a boy carries me with ease.
Carefree.
Carefree. Carefree. I don't know. I don't have any other guesses.
What's 10 times as long as a man?
10 men? 60 feet. A ship.
Is that a guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts an X.
Alright. A rope?
And he smiles and puts a check mark. You figured it out. Useless for one, blissful for two. The wee little children get them on the cheek. The young men lie about how many they receive. Old men have them for life, or buy them each eve.
A kiss.
Yeah. He smiles and put a check mark. And then he turns into a ghostly image, and you can hear him just laughing as he disappears. And the yurt opens up again.
Alright, head outside.
Yeah, okay. You head outside, and the other contestants are waiting their turn, and they go in, and there's nobody around except for you and Yerad, and Notrun and Jared just waiting outside. So I don't know if you want to interact with them at all.
I look... No, I don't think I wanna. I'm not gonna go to Mon or anything. I'm just gonna come out shaking my head like I'm disappointed
Like you did
and
poorly.
frustrated. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it takes about 20 minutes or so for everybody to go through their thing. Jared, or Korgath went in. He comes out looking thoroughly frustrated. Jared goes in. He comes out with kind of just a stone face. You can't really tell. Notrun goes out and goes in and comes back out in like 120 seconds. And he's just like giddy with himself, you know what I mean? And then it's the end of the Yuleblot contests.
Thank goodness. I don't know how much more that I can take. I'm like 15 drinks deep.
And it's the award ceremonies part. So you are awarded 10 gold for the drinking contest,
Alright.
20 gold for the obstacle course victory,
Okay.
and a small closed lockbox for being the overall winner of the contest.
Alright.
There was no prize for the final round,
Okay.
just points, cumulative points.
There's like a crowd around. Is everyone dying to see what the prize is, or can I like?
Well, there's a crowd. They want to know. Nobody knows what's in it. Yeah.
And so they all want to know. Would it be like?
I mean, they gave you a locked box with a key. Yeah. So it's a little wooden box.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in my. I'm gonna put it in my backpack.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And everyone's eating and drinking and having a good time. And
Alright, I'm gonna grab some ham and head over to my where I had my bedroll out.
you mean you're heading to the Champions Yurt?
Oh, the Champions Yurt. Yes,
Because
that's
you're
what I
sleeping
meant.
in the Champions Yurt tonight.
All right.
Okay.
So I've moved my bedroll, or I assume someone moved it in
Yeah.
for me.
And
Am I alone in the yurt?
when you walk in, the two lovely dwarven women that were fawning over
Get
Korgath.
out.
Is that what you say? Because they're in there waiting for you.
No, I see what they want. What do they want?
Oh, they're part of the prize pack.
They're just there to fawn?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no thanks. I tell them to skedaddle.
Okay. One of them flips her beard over her shoulder in a huffy manner, and they both charge out. I can't believe. Did you hear him? And I think that's where we'll leave it for episode 1. So.
We don't get to see what's in the box. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
That'll be for episode 2.
Unless you want to reveal it now.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Well,
It'll be revealed in episode 2.